Hey, how's it going, guys? This is NatePick, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've actually posted any videos, but for a very good reason. I've had a lot going on. The main thing is I am preparing for a baby coming in November, so I'm trying to get my house in order and everything settled. As you can see over here, like everything's all kind of messed up because I'm trying to go through everything. But with that being said, today I want to kind of take a look at something that I was given, and what it is a Maono mixer, and this is a soundboard. And so I have one that is 5 fine and it does okay. It does take quite a bit of power just to get it to work. So what I'm thinking is if I can possibly use this one, then I can use the 5 fine for something else, and that should work for my needs. Now, what's interesting about this is that it actually has like already pre-in effects. I don't know. I don't think you can see those. Maybe you can a little bit. So I don't know. I really like my mixer that I do have, but I have thought about trying to simplify my system a little bit more. So I am going to test this out, see how it does. Now I'm on the Shure SM58. This is not the best microphone that I own, but it's pretty good as far as sound quality goes, and it does a decent job. That is going through the fine mixer, and I kind of wanted to test to see exactly how this would sound versus, use it on this. So I have a couple other mics that I want to try. And now this is using my Shure SM7B. This one is, the quality, as you can tell, is way better than the actual other one. But this is still coming through the fine actual audio mixer. It does pretty good, and I do think it's actually quite loud enough to where you can hear it okay. Of course, if I have to, I'll boost it in production. That's something that I'm really good at. But yeah, so far, I mean, this little mixer does really well. It actually does a really good job, and it's good enough for recording. Now, this one is the Rode Podcaster, and it has a little bit different tone to it. I actually kind of like this one quite a bit, and it's one of the better ones that I have as well, along with the Shure SM7B. Now, this one was only about $50 for me. I bought it used, so it's not as expensive as the other ones. But as you can tell, the quality is still there with this little bitty mixer, and it actually does pretty well. The only thing I don't like about it, this little mixer, is that it's too simplified, so maybe adding this one into the setup actually works a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'll have to play around with it. But yeah, this is the Rode Podcaster. Okay, so now I am back with the SM7B, and the reason why is because I was going to try this other microphone here, and I'm kind of like freehanding this thing, but I was going to try this other microphone that I was given for free, as you can see, and it really needs to be cleaned up. This thing sounds terrible. Like, it completely peaked out, so I don't know if it's a problem with, maybe it's too peaked for this mixer. I'm not sure. I will try it with the other mixer, see how it sounds, but other than that, yeah, it sounds pretty bad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to unplug this mixer, switch to the Maono, whatever it's called, and try that, and try it with the different microphones to see how it sounds. The only thing I don't like is that the cable that I have to use, because I like XLR to XLR, but I have to use a XLR to 3.5 millimeter, and doesn't really give you the best quality, especially with microphones like this. So let's just try it, because I'm still kind of iffy on this if I even want to use it. I might try to use it as just like a little extra mixer for some sounds, because there is a sound throughput that I can do. So I can do an output, I can do several outputs, and that's maybe what I do. I may plug that into the actual, my other mixer, and use it for a little bit of sound and stuff. Other than that, I'm not really too sure about the XLR situation. So let me shut this recording off and then come back with the new mixer. So this is the Maono mixer, and I have this thing cranked as loud as it will go, and it's just not doing it. And there's some weird artifacting noises that's happening in my head that's really sounds really weird. And no matter how I try to tune this thing, it just I don't know, it don't sound good to me. So this is the Shure SM58, and once again, I don't think it sounds good. So I'm going to try to mute this and see if I can get something else plugged in. It I don't know. This one may be a total failure. Okay, so this one is the Shure SM7B. Like I said, this is one of my more expensive mics. It still does not sound good to me. There's something wrong with this board. And I don't understand why. So I'm starting to think that the 5 fine is probably going to stay where it's at. More importantly, I could add this into the system, but the problem is you have to do it over USB-C, and I don't know how that would work going into my mixer because I really don't want to do that. So, yeah, I'm not really sure on what to do with this particular one because this is just it doesn't sound good and it's kind of bad. So, last thing I'm going to try is the Rode Podcaster and see if something can work here. Okay, so this is the Rode Podcaster, and once again, it does not sound good at all. It sounds absolutely terrible. I have the volume cranked up as loud as it can go. It's man, it just sounds so bad, and I don't understand why. So so now I'm back on the Rode Podcaster, and man, this little mixer is so much superior to this piece of junk. This thing is terrible. So I cannot recommend this board at all. It is not very good. It's the Monocaster Lite, and it just don't sound good. I mean, you can hopefully can clearly hear the difference between me using this Rode Podcaster versus that thing. That thing sounded awful. I don't recommend it at all. I was kind of hoping I could use it in some way of, maybe adding some sounds to it, and maybe I can figure out how to use some of the outputs on the back just for the sounds and just use it as a USB-C power because this is technically made to be portable, and it does have its own power if it will come on. But as you can see, it can power on by itself. And so having the effects there is kind of nice, but at the same time, to what end? Because man, it just sounded terrible with the microphone. So maybe not using this with the mic, maybe I can just use it as a soundboard, and that would be pretty much it. So yeah. So I'm going to round this out with the SM7B, but I wish that I could have had a little bit more happier ending, but that's kind of the way that this goes. And no matter how you look at it, man, sometimes things just don't work out the way it needs to. So yeah, I will say that if you're looking at this video and thinking, man, why is it not as clear? I'm actually shooting through my C920 that I have on my workstation. This is kind of, I guess, a little bit of the setup that you will see possibly in the future when it comes to actual doing the podcast, because I'm trying to get away from just having the one over here. So one thing I might do is just kind of tilt it more toward the corner so you can get more of an angle. But yeah, other than that, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So yeah, this is kind of a disappointing video, and I really only have myself to blame, but you know what? Sometimes that's just how it works. And yeah, so until then, God bless. See you next time.